New tonight, we're learning more about another case involving Robert Lee Davis, the man law enforcement says shot and killed Brazoria County Deputy Jesus Vargas in Houston yesterday. Davis was wanted for an aggravated assault case back in October. Tonight, we're talking to the man who says Davis shot him in a dispute over a truck, and he's sharing his story only with Matt Doherty tonight. Matt?
Deputy Vargas was among a group of officers yesterday morning who were serving that warrant to Davis after he shot a man back in October. We spoke with that man tonight.
That guy was not going to be taken alive.
Mike Howard knew how violent Robert Lee Davis could be months before he shot and killed Brazoria County Sheriff's Office Deputy Jesus Vargas yesterday morning. It started earlier last year when Mike says his ex-wife took his truck to get some brake work done. Although Mike didn't know it at the time, the man who was supposed to be doing the brake work was Robert Lee Davis. Davis was now in a relationship with Mike's deceased brother's ex-wife. Mike later learned Davis sold his truck, so Mike said he wanted to press charges.
And then they told me he's wanted in 2 other states. I was like, wow.
After football practice in October, Mike says his son wanted to stop at the 7-Eleven in Iowa Colony to get some Gatorade. As he was leaving the store, Mike says he saw his brother's ex-wife.
He says, "That's Corey's brother, that's Mike." And I managed to get on the other side of the door, and he goes, "That's Corey's brother?" And he pulls the gun out and points it. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Hey, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. Hey, what's going on? Hey, my hands go up. I say, whoa, wait a minute. So I turn to Sierra. I said, Sierra, what's going on? Is this what we're doing in front of the store? You have a gun? She goes, and? I say, wait. And then it dawned on me, wait a minute. This might be her husband. This is the guy that possibly stole my truck.
Mike says he turned to tell his son to run. Then he turned back around.
Boom, boom. Gunned me down. I mean, it's by the grace of God, but he was aiming for my back.
But Mike says Davis missed his back, shot him in both of his legs. Then he says he took off. Tourniquets were tied around his legs and he was life-flighted to the hospital. Mike survived. In the hospital, he says the first face he saw was that of Deputy Vargas.
And he goes, you know what? We're gonna get him.
Eventually, law enforcement officers did get Robert Lee Davis in a shootout with police, but it was after he'd already killed Deputy Vargas. Now Mike says he owes the deceased deputy a debt of gratitude. He says he plans on attending the deputy's funeral specifically to thank the fallen officer's wife and family for what he did for him.
He was serving my warrant and he died doing his job.
Now, Mike Howard says he saw Robert Lee Davis about a month after he was shot by him at his son's homecoming football game. He says at the time he told police about it, but he isn't sure if they ever tried to find him. Back to you.
Quite a story there, Matt. Thank you. Also tonight, a memorial is growing for Deputy Vargas in front of the Brazoria County Sheriff's Office in Angleton. Colleagues and community members have been leaving flowers and mementos. Vargas's family also visiting the memorial today, but they ask us for privacy as they mourn. Vargas leaves behind a wife and 3 daughters. Funeral arrangements are pending. Also, a lot of people asking about the condition of K9 Rocky, the Belgian Malinois that was shot and wounded after finding Robert Lee Davis in a dumpster. The U.S. Marshal's Office sharing these photos of Rocky being treated at the hospital with his handler by his side. Rocky was shot once in the nostril and in the chest. Dr. Jeff Chalky is one of the vets who worked to save Rocky's life. He says one of those bullets narrowly missed Rocky's spine.
He's the luckiest dog I've seen. But definitely, and I don't know if you call that luck or the hand of God, but that bullet, I mean, could have ended his life instantly, and it didn't. He had a head, facial wound and then a neck wound, and yeah, I mean, it's he's a hero, right? The dog is the hero, and I don't know how many officers he saved, but he did.
Rocky underwent surgery this morning, but is being held at the clinic for observation before he's released, which should be in a few days. We're told he's already walking around and eating. That's good news.